Chances are your paycheck isn't adding up to what it actually costs to live in the mid-state. A new report found that the average person can't afford to live in Nashville. News Channel 5's Jesse Knutson explains it's a trend that's hitting some communities right outside the city even harder.
In every community in Middle Tennessee, you see it. Older homes that have been lived in for years and newer homes with higher prices, targeting people moving to the area.
It's people moving in because of a livability and the wonderful area that we have, and housing has been very affordable compared to other regions of the nation. That is starting to change.
In Sumner County, the median price of a home increased more than $30,000 in the past year. That's a 15% gain compared to a 1% increase in average wages, according to Adam Data Solutions.
Some of that we have no control over because the market, of course, dictates, based on demand, what those prices rise to.
In addition to being the county executive in Sumner County, Anthony Holt is the vice president of the Greater Nashville Regional Council, and he said the tremendous amount of growth, cost of living, and lack of increased wages are all things that are and have been topics of discussion.
We're not isolated. What's happening here in Sumner County is happening in Davison and Wilson and Rutherford and Williamson and Cheatham and Robertson, all the way around Nashville.
Nashville is one of the IT cities, and with it, home prices are going up. In Davidson County, Williamson County, and Montgomery County, home prices increased 8% in the past year, compared to a 2% increase in wages. Holt hopes that the low unemployment rate in Middle Tennessee will force employers to increase wages, making the area more affordable, but it will all take time.
This is something collectively we're going to have to deal with in the Middle Tennessee region.
In Gallatin, Jesse Knutson, News Channel 5.
The only county in Middle Tennessee to have a decrease in home prices is Wilson County, but the county also saw a decrease in wages as well.
Tonight, a man recovers after being shot during a robbery attempt in his driveway. That happened about 12:30 this morning on North DuPont Avenue in Madison. Police say the victim was outside of his home when a gunman pulled up and tried to rob him. That's when several shots were fired. The shooter drove off in a maroon sedan. Now, if you have any information about this case, contact Metro Police. Imposters accused of faking military service to get money and more. But as News Channel 5's Kyle Horan explains, a bill in the state legislature looks to harshen penalties for these pseudo soldiers.
So it does occur.
This all stems from a case out of Knoxville, American Legion Post 2. One where Bob DeWald felt he was betrayed.
We had an individual who was actually a military member for only 5 weeks back in '93, but he embellished his story that he had combat time and PTSD that was combat related, and he was on different service units, and he said he was in for 17 years, and he used that as sympathy to gain monetary gain, and that happened to be from stealing over $10,000 from our post for his own personal use.
This all happened in 2016, and that man is Donald Hundley, who was arrested and convicted of these crimes. But the damage is done. For DeWald and many veterans like him, organizations like the Legion are supposed to be a place of trust.
We go to combat together. We sit in the same foxhole together. If you can't trust that person, there's a bond there that others don't understand. And when somebody breaks that trust in our business, that's one of the worst things you can do as another veteran, do that.
There's a bill in the legislature that would up the ante on crimes committed in similar cases. House Bill 2130 would increase the penalty to a Class A misdemeanor. That's a $2,500 fine and up to a year in prison. Representative Tillman Goins is a supporter of the bill.
When people betray that trust to steal, that's a different level of thievery altogether. If someone's going to take something from somebody but try to use falsify their service or falsify their service record in order to do that, that's really an extra egregious effort.
He hopes this will be a deterrent for those looking to commit the same type of crime in the future. Kyle Horan, News Channel 5.